In this tutorial, what we're going to do is look at how to work with a comic master slide where the panels are actually shapes on the screen, and then we're going to fill the shapes with an image. So what we have here is, if we look at this, is we've got all of our layouts built on the actual slides and not in the master. And then these are actually shapes, and what we want to do is have a panel. We fill the shapes with an image. So here's where what you want to do is think about the different panels you have. So these panels are all the same size. So this is a one panel here. This is another size, and these are the same here. This is the same as that size. So we basically have two panels. This is all the same size. And then we come down to these here. So then there's a third size, a fourth size, and a fifth size. And these are basically the same as well. So I have 5 panels. So what I want to do is label the panel. So this is going to be panel 1. So I want to create a master PowerPoint slide file that is the same aspect ratio as this. So when I click on this shape and go to Format Shape, you can see it's telling me that this shape is 7.17 inches by 4.75 inches. So what I want to do is open up a PowerPoint. So we'll create a new PowerPoint. I'm going to go to my design, and I'm going to do page setup. And let's cancel this. What was it again? It was 717 by 475. So I'm going to go to page setup. I'm going to create, this is going to be 4.75, and this is going to be 7.17. And so now I have a PowerPoint slide that's the same aspect ratio as this panel. So what I would do then is I would save this as, and we'll just call this, we would call this panel 1, comic panel 1. You save it. Now you've got a panel slide. We'll get rid of this, and I'm going to build out my panel. So let's say I've got some PowerPoint content. I'm going to bring in an image here. I can look here. Is this what my panel is going to look like? So I can see if it's just the right size. Everything looks fine here. I'm going to bring in a text bubble. So I've got that here. And then let's say this all looks good to me. The other thing I like is I can change up my backgrounds because it's all independent of any of the other panels. So let's say I'm just going to go with this green background, and well, I don't want the green background. Let's go with this one. So now I've got a panel that looks like this, and change my colors a little. Let's see if I got something here. We'll go with this kind of color. Now when I'm done here, let's add some text. If I want to add the text at this panel, I can say I am text. I need to change the color of the text, and we'll make it, we'll add a comic book font to that. And again, I can see how that lines up on the slide. So when this is all done, I'm just going to go to File, Save As, and I'm going to save these as images. So I'll just do save it as a PNG format, so it's an image. I can call this panel 1, whatever I want to call it. I've got a comic style folder here, so we'll just call this we'll just call it panel 1. That works. Hit save, and then I'm going to save the current slide. So now if I come back to this here, the way I would build out my panels first, now I can just come over to this panel, and I'm going to fill this. So I just go to my formatting options here, and I'm going to fill this with a picture. And I'm going to go to File. I'm going to insert my picture. So I've got that in my comic folder here. Where's my comic folder? So I've got my comic folder, and here's that panel I created, and there it is. So now I've got my panel. So what I can do is I can kind of draw out the ideas for my panels. I've already got my shapes, everything lined up. All I need to do is create a panels, slides that match those panels. And so I've got a bunch of different slides that I can work with. And so I basically need 5 master slides for each type of panel. And then I can build those out, save them as images, and bring those into panels. And when I publish, this will actually be a lot faster because it's a single object rather than multiple objects.